What did we study in our last two videos? The formation of coal and its byproducts, right? In this video, we will study the formation of another rich fuel we call petroleum. Which fuel do the automobiles and heavy vehicles use? Our cars run on petrol and many heavy vehicles run on diesel. And where do you think both these are obtained from? Both these fuels come from petroleum. So you can guess how important it is. How is this invaluable resource formed? Do we have vast extensive reserves of this precious fuel? Unfortunately, we don't. Petroleum is found in limited reserves on the earth. But how did petroleum come into existence? Petroleum is found in the oceans and in the sea. It was formed when aquatic organisms died and their bodies settled at the bottom. These bodies were then covered with layers and layers of sand and clay. What happened then? Over millions of years, the high pressure and high temperature caused the decay and compression of the dead matter. And remember, there was no air. In the absence of air, this material got slowly converted into a substance called kerogen. As time passes by, kerogen further gets compressed to form a black liquid. This black liquid, formed after millions of years, is what we call petroleum. Apart from forming oil, this compression also forms gas at times. Now, as petroleum is in the liquid state, it rises in the porous rocks above the water. Why do you think this happens? Simple physics. The density of water is more than that of oil, which means that oil is lighter than water. This is what then causes oil to ooze out onto the land sometimes. So these are called as natural reservoirs of petroleum. If petroleum doesn't find its way up, how do we then get to these reserves? Petroleum is stored in the small pores of rock. Sometimes when it's on the way to the top, it is then blocked by an impermeable layer of rock. This rock doesn't allow petroleum to ooze out onto the surface. These reservoirs are then tapped into by big companies. The reserves are drilled from the underground reservoirs. Without a doubt, the petroleum drawn out will not be free of impurities, which is why the petroleum goes through refineries to undergo the process of refinement. Petroleum is a dark oily liquid with an unpleasant odor. It is a mixture of several components like petrol, diesel, lubricating oil and many more. This petroleum then undergoes the process of fractional distillation. Do you know how this process works? For that, we will have to look at the insides of a petroleum refinery. Before we go there, do you know why petroleum is also known as black gold? Hold on to that thought. When we have gone through the next lesson, I am sure you will have an answer to that question.